Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the National Association for Court Management, I'd like to welcome all of you to our 2012 annual conference, Promoting Improved Court Leadership and Governance. We're thrilled to have you all here. I met many of you last evening. My name's Kevin Bowling. I've had the pleasure of serving as your president during this past year, and we are absolutely thrilled to see all of you here. We've got a great conference for you. We've got a great start off this morning. But to begin, I would like to recognize the Orange County Sheriff's Office Honor Guard, who are going to begin us with the presentation of colors, followed by Supervisor Cindy Clark, who will be singing for us. So if you would all please rise for the presentation of colors.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er that land and of the free, and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much. After that heartfelt rendition, I think we really owe the Honor Guard and Supervisor Clark another round of applause. Well, we've got an action-packed week ready for you. One of the things that I've mentioned to many of the first-time attendees, our newer members, and for those of you that are returning again, is throughout the week we want to make sure that you have an outstanding conference experience. And to help with that, we have many people that are willing to step up, answer your questions, help guide you to different things, any way we can help. And some of those folks are the members of our board of directors who you met last night. But just so that you can pick them out in the crowd, I'd like to ask our officers and board of directors if they could please stand for a moment so that our membership can see you, know where you are, and have a familiar face. These folks work for you tirelessly throughout the year. I'd just like to recognize them. The other group who is here to help out in any way they can, as I mentioned last evening, we have a fabulous team of past presidents of NACM. We have an incredible 20-year history, 27-year history with this organization, and we have many past presidents who I introduced to you last night. I understand we even had one more that came in, Judy Kramer. So if I could ask all of the past presidents to just please stand and be recognized for a moment. We're thrilled that you're here with us. Thank you very much. For those of you that are electronically tethered in one way or another, I also wanted to let you know you may be able to see it up on the screens here. It's in smaller print. But up there you'll see that all of our conference materials are available on a mobile website that is working here. The address is m.nacmnet.org. For those of you that tweet, we also have a Twitter hashtag up there at NACM 2012. And there's wireless access throughout the hotel. The password for that wireless access is NACM 2012. So hopefully that will also help your conference experience. To start us off this morning, we have a very special guest from the state of Florida. Chief Justice Ricky Polston was appointed to the Florida Supreme Court by Governor Charlie Crist and took office in October 2008. Prior to that, Governor Jeb Bush had appointed him to the First District Court of Appeal in 2001, and he served on that court until his appointment to the Supreme Court. In his spare time, he's also an adjunct law professor covering many topics. Previously, he was in private practice in Tallahassee and also as a certified public accountant and worked in that field for some time with an international accounting firm. He has a BS from Florida State University, a JD from Florida State University. And I mentioned to him a little bit earlier, what really caught my attention about his bio was that he has 10 children. And that, I thought, was quite an accomplishment, 6 of whom are brothers who were adopted from foster care. So with that, please join me in welcoming the Chief Justice of the great state of Florida, Ricky Polston.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that very warm introduction and welcome. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the state of Florida and for this conference. I'm glad he explained the 10 children. I always feel compelled to explain that yes, we somehow do know what causes that. It's a pleasure to be here. I know that you're talking about court leadership and governance. It's a topic that is important in Florida. I chaired a governance work study group over the past year, and it's a matter before that we've studied intently and is still before the court. So it's a hot topic in Florida. I hope it's a very productive topic for you in this conference. Thank you for being here.
For those of you that have been regular NACM attendees at our conferences over the years, you know that there is something that we traditionally do at the opening plenary session that is very important to our association, very important to a lot of the work that goes on, and it's something that perhaps we could do more of, but we realize that there are appropriate times in one's career to recognize them for absolutely outstanding work. And in that light, NACM created many years ago the National Association for Court Management Award of Merit. You may see some of the explanation of this award in your materials, but just to highlight a few points. The Award of Merit is presented annually to an individual working in the field of court administration who has demonstrated leadership and excellence in the advancement of the ideals and principles of modern judicial management and professional court management as embodied in the purposes of NACM. There are several of those purposes that are outlined along with recipients of prior years for the Award of Merit. This year we have a very special individual who I've personally known for many, many years and have had an opportunity to work with. I think it was a fabulous choice of our awards committee. And I'd like to tell you a little bit now about Mr. Alan Carlson. Alan has more than 35 years of experience working in state and local justice systems across the country as well as internationally. He currently serves as the Chief Executive Officer of the Superior Court of California for the County of Orange. It's a large, urban, unified state trial court system. And departing from these prepared remarks a little bit, I also have to tell you I was amazed reading some of the letters coming in from his judges supporting him and some of his staff who were supporting him for this award. It was quite phenomenal to see all of the different work that has been done by Alan over the years. Previously, some of you know Alan as the president of the Justice Management Institute, where he provided technical assistance to states and local jurisdictions, conducted numerous workshops for the justice system personnel. He's done research and operational work on the management of the courts. It's been quite an amazing career. From NACM's standpoint, we're also grateful to Alan for being one of the original authors of the core competencies, having worked in that field and contributed tremendously to the educational materials that we as an association can provide to all of our members. I think that there's probably much more that I could say, but I would rather take the time and invite Alan up to the stage and present him with the 2012 Award of Merit and give him a few minutes to share some comments. Alan Carlson. We have a special presentation for Alan that reads National Association for Court Management 2012 Award of Merit to Alan Carlson, presented at the annual conference July 2012, Orlando, Florida. And it's my pleasure on behalf of all of the membership of NACM, Alan, to present you with our annual Award of Merit.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Please.
Thank you. Oh, good morning, and thank you. It's quite an honor. When you're recognized by your peers, it's very special. They're the people that know what you do every day, or say what you do every day, or what you allege to do every day, and how well you're doing it. And I think for them to recognize me, it feels pretty good. And I'm joining a very distinguished list. As Kevin pointed out, I was around when NACM first got created, and so were a lot of other people on the list there. And I think we're all very proud of what we've accomplished, and I'm really pleased to see how many folks there are here this morning. I'll put in a plug. Kevin didn't ask me to do this about NACM. Those of you that haven't been here very many times, and particularly those who were here the first time, NACM is a real bargain. I cannot tell you how many times I've come to NACM or called somebody who I knew from NACM to ask ideas, to bounce something off of, and in some cases even get a little counseling about what was going on. And one of the nice things about working in the public sector is that you can do that and not be worried about giving out some secret you're not supposed to give out, or not finding out something somebody else does because they want to make it a secret or keep it a secret. What I found in our business is people share things very freely, and that's really nice, and it makes all of us a lot better at our jobs and gives us a lot of new ideas. So take advantage of NACM. Get to know people. Find the people that are in the courts like your court, and start talking and exchanging ideas. In sessions, out of sessions, you get as much off the educational part as you can on the educational part. So nobody gets where they get without a little help from some people, and I know that I think maverick is probably the safest way to describe the way I've done things in my career. There are several people I want to note real fast that helped me get there. Larry Sipes, and I don't know if you know these folks, but I think they deserve, if I'm recognized, I want to recognize them, who first hired me out of law school and trusted I could deliver for them. And then a fellow named Stan Collis, who's long since retired, who was in Alameda County and hired me as his assistant fairly soon after I got out of law school. And then the first two judges who hired me as the court administrator in their court, Rich Silver and Jim Leach down in Monterey County. Again, both of them are already retired. One of these days, I'll get to that point. And also Barry Mahoney, who's been a great friend, and I've learned a lot from him, and we've had some good times together. And then, as Kevin points out, a lot of judges. I probably have had 30 presiding judges in my career and worked with, I don't know, probably a couple of hundred judges in different courts. And it's been a great ride, and it's still going, and I'm very happy. So I really appreciate your recognition of this, and I hope all of you get a chance at some point to be able to be up here to receive this. So thank you.
Well, we're getting very close to launching into our educational program for the week. I think it would be remiss of me if I didn't recognize our Conference Development Committee. Thank you for all of your work. And I also, while your Chief Justice is still here, would like to especially thank all of the Florida volunteers that have helped out in putting this conference together, starting with your State Court Administrator, Lisa Goodner, right here. And if I could ask just quickly for all of the volunteers from Florida that have been helping us out to just please stand for a moment so we could recognize you. I see some blue shirts in the back there, and I know you'll see more blue shirts along the way. They may be out at the registration desk, but we are thrilled for all of the help. Florida has always been a fabulous host to NACM when we brought a conference here, and we really appreciate that. And without any further ado, I'd like to introduce our President-elect for the National Association for Court Management, Pam Harris, who's the Court Administrator in Montgomery County, Maryland, and she has chaired our Conference Development Committee and is going to kick us off this morning. Pam?
Good morning and welcome. We're so happy that we have the amount of you that we have here. We were very worried about not having a successful attendee list to come to this conference, but I think Orlando certainly is a wonderful place to visit, and we hope you brought your families and are enjoying more than even the educational conference. I am Pam Harris. I'm the president-elect of the organization, and on behalf of the entire board, we sincerely hope you enjoy your stay here and the educational opportunities that we're providing, and the wonderful attractions here in Orlando. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of you, because it's our understanding that many of you are here on your own funds, and that says, we think, a lot for this organization when you have to dig down in your pockets and pay for your own registration and travel to come to an event that we hope will expand your professional responsibilities and knowledge. That's a wonderful thing for us. Our conference theme this year is Promoting Improved Court Leadership and Governance, and it's our attempt to renew focus on the work of our nation's courts and to renew the focus on our national agenda. We chose this theme as the judicial system is under constant pressure to manage workloads with resources that are equal to that of years ago, and for some courts, many years ago. Courts across our nation are making extremely hard decisions as to what to do with the future of their courts. We have jobs that are being abolished, vacancies that are being frozen, salaries that are being reduced, furloughs that are the norm, courts closing their doors. Yes, closing doors permanently, courthouses in our nation. The adverse effects to the administration of justice, it's measurable, and there is no yield. We see nothing coming to help the judicial branch of government. Matter of fact, things are probably worse for the judicial branch of government than they are for any other branch of government. But we can't make excuses. We have to make progress, or some other branch of government will make progress for us. Peter Drucker, one of the management gurus in management theory, said that the greatest danger in times of turbulence is not the turbulence. It's to act with yesterday's logic. Now more than ever, we need to re-examine how we manage our courts with less. We need to lead and govern efficiently. We've already made tough choices, and by the time we get home, those tough choices are probably going to be on our desk, or tougher choices will be on our desk to deal with. With high unemployment levels, foreclosures still looming, case filings at record highs, businesses and banks closing, record growth for those living in poverty, and court budgets being slashed at percentages never experienced in the past, life has become extremely challenging for all of us. We must have the courage and the foresight to make strategic, transforming decisions that improve our system of justice. Our collective leadership must adapt and transform our governance to survive. John F. Kennedy said, "Change is the law of life, and those who look only to the past or present are certain to miss the future." We must transform our thinking, our business, our judiciaries. We have challenges and hard work ahead, and we'll function with less. Therefore, we must perform efficiently, effectively, and intelligently. The world is changing rapidly around us, and we need to keep pace. We cannot be stagnant. But notwithstanding all of these limitations we have before us, there's no one better positioned than we are to transform our judiciaries to build a better future. We have so much to learn about the business of delivering justice. Yeah, we have something to learn about that business, about the extraordinary challenges judges and clerks and administrators are faced every day, about the need to always look forward and to plan for the future, and the long-term commitment that that vision requires. NACM strives to provide its membership with the tools necessary to create that vision and to accomplish those missions. This week, we hope to provide you with practical and functional information that will assist you in navigating your court's future.